Hey kids, Tom here. How's it going, guys? I hope it's going well for you. I'm praying against any ice. There's been a little bit warm out there, but I was told again and again that that was all going to be south of us, all that freezing ice and everything. I am very happy that they got out there and did a little bit of scraping of the roads around here. I'm just so thankful for that. I was like, God bless them. But yeah, I'm praying against this ice. We don't need any of that. The snow wasn't that bad here. As I was told, it would be mitigated. I guess it probably more to the left, or rather to the south and north of us, it's probably deeper. But everything's going okay here so far. Again, the last couple of days, last few days have been really strange. And the crowds were different. I saw that there was a whole lot more effort going on, I thought. And of course, we had enemies moving to the neighborhood. I guess they were trying to possibly I don't know what they were doing. Truthfully, I don't. Yeah, it's not really as though we've received. Yeah, I'm just not. Man. You know what? I woke this morning and I don't know what it was. Again, that damn warmth that was coming in, and for a moment I think, began to sweat again. I was like, damn it! I have to fix this. I have to ban that out here. But that's just me, because hey, first thing in the morning. Yeah, all right, great, fantastic. It's just the way I want to start the day. Um, yeah, the last few days have been kind of strange, but there was this real weird sadness feeling that came to me this morning, like oh, missing something. Something's gone. Something's happened. There's been a change. I was looking at this storm going across the United States, and I was thinking, that's a transition. That's indicating some type of major transition in the world, in what I'm doing, where I'm. You know what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what it was. It's a signature of that. But I had this strange sadness, and a couple different people came to mind. And all I can tell you again, kids, is like with the enemy thing, what they've stolen from me. I'll put it to you like this: if I valued it, and it was good value to me, and it was something I loved and wanted to keep, you'll be returning that to me voluntarily. And you're supposed to, because otherwise, then I'm going to have to, make arrangements to retrieve it, and I'm sure that's not going to be pleasant for anyone. So again, let's, as far as I can tell, that's what's happening is we're parting. I saw the short woman in there yesterday in the one shop I go into. I don't know if it was her or not, but there was a short woman there, and a tall guy again, but our eyes never met, and there was no exchange of any sort. I mean, conventional type of thing with verbal exchanges. But so the sadness thing was coming on me, and I was like, no. So I prayed about it. I know what was happening. Somebody was sending me something, and so I decided to pray about it, and I decided to not feel bad about losing anything or anyone that was trying to keep me down, that was trying to, that was against my victory or success. I'm not going to feel bad about losing people that hated me or wanted to take my place or were my enemy. No, I can't feel bad about that. And there's times when people are like, well, what are you going to be if you change? Well, I'm going to be better. If I change, I'm going to be improved. I'm going to be better. That's all. But from what I know, I normally don't change all that much. In other words, like the core of me, what I am, who I am rather, probably. Because, I don't know that I can identify with Edie Brickell singing, what I am is what I am is, because I don't know that. So many people want to convince me that who I am is who I am is who I am and all that. And that I was never going to stay in the shallow water. That, by God, I was going to go deep. And I mean deep. But we are on our ascension to the surface again, just like any great whale, I guess. And I reminded myself, of the reality. And I prayed about, again, correct thinking, correct perception, correct conclusions being given to me. This whole idea of me, they've really destroyed that. But what I do have is the identity of day and the sun. And all the old songs that go all the way back to the early 70s, not late 60s, trying to tell me what my mission is, my purpose of all things. People have been trying to tell me what my purpose was. I did tune into a short the other day of that chick who decided to go with magic. It's too bad. Well, you know what? That observation doesn't mean anything. It's letting it go. But I have received, the message from several that it's time to get ready to experience the good stuff again, to get to be me again. Only this time without those others. To be Dave without the other. And without, the attachments from that. Because, of course, that's what heaven does. They make me heaven. The God people made us good. And the white people made us white instead of black. They got rid of all the dark colors from us. And of course, heaven got rid of all of them of the darkness from us and replaced them with them of light. Because, again, that's who we do belong to. The family of light and life. Not the other side. And why would I feel sad about a union with the darkness that couldn't work out? Well, I don't know why, because I'd never authorized that, and I don't know why I would. I can't. I wouldn't. Consciously, I heard something about, them wanting to come back and stuff. But I mean, other people are saying, they're not going to try, they're not going to bother because they know what they've done and all that. And again, we haven't had a conversation in like 20 years or something. It's ridiculous. It's like, opposites might attract, but they're not supposed to get married to each other. If you're black and I'm white, it's the only person who's really going to benefit from that, I'm real sure, is not me. I'm real sure of that they don't have anything at all that I want at all. So, we're just sticking with them that we love and whom love us, which is the white people and the blues. I love my blues. And they say we're in level blue now, so yay! I'm happy about that. I'm happy about the good friends I have. I'm happy about the abundance that is supposed to be arriving. And I do understand. I didn't get to listen to all of that message because the internet was messing up. But one of them was talking about how, and when you're ready, these other things will occur. And I understood that. When you're ready, I understood that. Uh, and I didn't understand. I did not take it as a challenge in any way. I understood it as when the conditions in you is correct, when you have received what you need and have built what you need to be able to be, then you're ready. That's the way I know it is. So, they were saying I'm supposed to be getting it all back. Well, again, I don't even know how they can, if they were to replace the principal on the damaged banking sector there, it'd be, I think I'd be like, wow, dun 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 dun. I'd be ready to go for sure then. Guys, thanks so very much for all your love and your help. Thanks very much for your patience. My thinking is changing about a few things, and I'm going to be making some progress this week, I do believe. And you know what? I saw something today. I was like flipping through there, and there was some chicken on there, some black chicken. I was like, I didn't know what she was. It sounded like she might have been a Chandler or something. I tuned into it, and I think she might have been Tara. I'm not sure, but she didn't have anything out there. It sounded like she was doing some kind of just a free-form discussion and talking about how she wasn't really for gentle parenting. What I could say to that black lady is, stay away from me. Stay far, far away from me, because what I've been trained in is a house is in a goddamn jungle. Okay. So what I know is this: if anything takes a swipe at me, guarantee it's gonna get hit. Okay, it's guaranteed it's gonna get hit. So wherever I'm at, everybody just be nice. Don't work any forces at me. Don't be trying to take anything from us. Just be nice, pleasant, because we're going to be pleasant. And that's the way it is, we're transiting. That's what we do. As far as I understand, we're always transiting again and again, and it's coming back around again. And so all I can tell you is, if I'm staying in your place, be nice to me, because you'll be remembered. If you're not, and you want to get all froggy and stuff and do some games, I guarantee you that I'll show you you're not what you think you are at all. That's what I do. That's part of what I do. It doesn't matter how much money you got. It's about you. It's about where you're from and who you are, what wing you're under. I know where I'm from and where I'm going. So we're just trying to get along. We never had any problems before. Not until we had these problems with those people who basically just got the hell out of hand and forgot their place. Decided to have that fantasy of, we're going to rule. Well, are you everybody? No, you're not. You don't even have a light. So it's like, remember, it's light rules over everything thing down below it. Everything is darkness. That's all it is. And if you don't understand that, then you're in the end of the world scenario, because those people basically, whenever you read the book and you look at it and you see what's going on and everything, it's about attitude problems, misconceptions, and they are their own undoing. Because the power behind the light, the force of light and life, again, it's like, if you're living within the creator's creation, within the little SimCity game, you're not really escaping that. And you're certainly not going to win against the programmer, are you? It's crazy. That's the attitude problem. I was thinking about this the other day, and it's like, but whenever they decide, no, I'm not going to do what you say, and I'm going to do it my own way, and blah 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 blah, they're really only being sucked in by that other fella. That's all, and are actually removing all their abilities to be an actual person, and without all the anger and all that stuff, and then they're setting themselves up to be NPC characters. NPC characters from above, those are just things you just program. And now you will feel this and think these things and go here and do these things too, and blah 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 blah. That's kind of. I'm not real good at that kind of stuff, but I mean, I don't personally like managing others like that. That's more, it's just not something. We're into more of a bigger picture type of thing rather than having to micromanage people or force them into being correct. Because that's, when you look at the storyline, guys, it's like this. You'll either voluntarily say, I'm willing to go through these problems and stuff to be able to become a better person that qualifies for leaving the prison planet, all the darkness and the jungle and the endless cannibalism and such, or you're going to believe something else, which is, it's like you can accept the truth, okay, and find out more about that, right, and follow that path, or you can just decide to go with whatever feels better in your mind, whatever dream or delusion, fantasy that you have, you can go with that instead. But me, to me, it's like, I heard Keanu Reeves say one time in an interview, he was talking to some people, and the conversation turned to reality and stuff, and they were like, so what if it's a dream? Or so what if it's a world that, they didn't even care where they were, so long as they were happy. Right? I guess that's how they felt. To me, it's like, no, I need to get home. Whenever I said like 16, 17 years ago, they asked, what do you want? And I said, to leave. That's what I meant. I wanted to get back up and be with the white folks, with the blue ones, be back in the sky, go home. Which is what the fire guy, the hateful guy that hates everything above or something, was like, basically saying they were against that. I was like, well, we'll see if you get back up there. Well, yeah, we'll get back up there. That's absolutely guaranteed. Just like his defeat is absolutely guaranteed. I can't take... see, here's the difference between them and us. They will say, I did this, and I did that. And they'll have, all their elaborate schemes and this illusion that they is this one individual thing. And if you're advanced at all in any way, you know better than that. You may be the head of it, but that doesn't mean you're just one little individual thing. And they'll get together and we will conspire and blah, 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 blah. Whereas I'm like, I don't even actually defeat them myself. Heaven defeats them for me. As it well should be. I shouldn't have to, step in a ring and go 10 rounds with the devil. I'm not supposed... Is that my job? No, my job is to just call upon heaven to do the work for me. That's what they mean by, God fighting your battles for you. Again, I'm no magician. People talk about that it's a symbolic thing, just like if you look at it, and because if you say the magician, Well, if you're looking at it from a perspective of magic is real and he's Harry Potter or whatever like that. Okay, well, that's one way to look at it. But then, you know, from a lot of people's perspective, they would look at the ultimate one would probably be the God or Christos, you know, the returning son of the God. Um, uh, Heck, I forget what I was trying to say. But again, it's about ego. It's like, okay, they want to say, you're so powerful and you're doing this and you're doing that. I'm like, well, okay, but how much of it am I actually out doing? How much does my spirit, my soul, what, you know, am I consciously doing? How much of it is just the extensions of me? Which is just, you know, again, that's why I say whenever, you know, ego is very difficult for me to understand because I ego to me is identity, and that's the way it has always been explained to me. It's about you think you're this, you think you're this guy whose name is that, who lives here or there or whatever. Well, yeah, except not really anymore because all of that turned out to be, I guess, a fantasy of some sort, or like a fantasy. A sad, sorry ass fantasy where you were surrounded by a bunch of nasty, nasty people that you were, I guess, at some point supposed to wake up and go, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by the evil people. It is the jungle. I need to get out of here. I can't run with this pack of wolves. You know, something. I'm a human. I'm a man child. Oh gosh. Yes, I'm ready to receive great wealth. I've always been able to carry great wealth, and I'm always able to hold on to it too, conserve it, and that's in whatever form. So I do fully expect actually that my nervous system is healed. Heaven was healing my nervous system, I know, and I think it probably would have it done. So we're not going to have any big freak out, quote unquote, I think, as the man was talking about. An awful lot of it, you see, it's not too terribly real to me anyway. When the internet first started and I saw chat rooms and this and that and developed a couple pen pals and that kind of stuff, which that dates you, doesn't pen pals. I did refer to them at some point as these people aren't real. I mean, if you get tens of thousands of followers, how many of them are real? You see any of them? I mean, if you got them all together in a stadium, would there be more than 3 or 4 people? How do you know that there's... It's not real. It's not like, you know, Michael Jackson fame, where it doesn't matter where you show up. There's a damn crowd again. They're all out there. They want to touch him. They want to look at him. They want to, you know what I'm saying? It's how much of what you're experiencing is real. People want to be influencers. I'm thinking, are you going to get a miniature fame that will last for a long time that you work very hard for, which is what that basically looks like to me, or will you get an illusion that all these people love you and that you're famous among them? Who's in charge of this show, or whom shall we say is in charge of the show? Yeah, I very well may just learn to play a few chords on that stupid damn guitar. Well, the guitar I have is blessed, obviously, but yeah, I am ready for easy mode, tell you the truth, and I can't feel bad about this other thing. Was there a thing that we were trying to do and make happen? Maybe, but again, that kind of gets shot in the head whenever the devil gets involved, and they decide to murder you, and instead of lifting you up to be the guy who's, yeah, I saw what the other day what I was talking about. They realized they burned down their own house. Well, I wasn't referring to it as a house, but yeah, it's because I think of it more of a ship that changes from one dimension to another. That whenever I get the right crew in and or the passengers and the steerage, that we go through some things, some motions, and the next thing you know is we'd have a whole lot more than what we ever had, and we go zoom, cruising back home. But we're going to get back home regardless. I don't know what that other deal was, because when it come right down to it, that other deal, it was not for me. It wasn't anything for me. It wasn't about me, and it wasn't going to go my way, and I wasn't getting any. Man, nah, I don't need a business like that for any reason at all. I keep thinking, well, maybe there's going to be that day when you're going to get to the end of it all, and you're going to look back and go, oh, shucks, we almost had it. But if it weren't for those meddling Satanists, perhaps, we could have had it all. Or so. And I'm thinking, why would we want it? It seems like it's just too damn much trouble. And it's like these guys out of here talking about the woman hater club and men going their own way and stuff. It just comes down to too much trouble. Just too much trouble. And it gets back to the watch out, because if she's not under God's control, it's an evil thing that will become a curse upon you and your life. You'll be sorry and sad that you ever met her. That's the story I'm kind of getting, the message I was getting. But in any case, guys, if we are transiting, and because it does feel like it, we're making this transition into this other deal where we're all right, yeah, and we're with people that don't mind us succeeding and don't mind us rising, then I guess I'm going to be a happy man. I've been told that. Again, I don't know what it is that they talk like, I've lost something. Well, again, it seems like everything that all of them were like a curse, trying to just tear us down. So if I can't feel bad about losing people that were against me, I can't feel bad about about losing people that wanted to make sure I stayed down. I can't care or feel anything about or any sadness about losing people that wanted me hurt and wanted to make sure I was not happy. I can't. I prayed about it. They won't allow it. I'll feel no sadness for such people. I won't feel any sadness for losing them, because that's an improvement to me. I can't see any other way to look at it other than, if thine own eye offends thee, then pluck the damn thing out and get rid of it. And I know I'm a big believer in that. And I'm a big believer in the Lord who gives and takes away. Because that's good. That's what that little journey is about, you see. If you get in that other journey, it's about improving and rising up and seeing things from a different perspective and experiencing them in a different way. But so what's my purpose? Well, probably this. Probably exactly this. Probably like Crosby, Stills and Nash wanted. For me to come out, become famous, known, and speak the truth and about it all, and the sanity. Speak about the sanity. And see, right now, more than ever, if the people, especially these younger generations coming up, they're primed from what I understand, they're going to be the most conservative generation since probably the 50s or 40s or something. And I bet you they will. And all they need is just, it's like Christianity needs a shot in the arm of clarity to re-understand. It's exactly what's needed because of the environment. Do you believe in this world? Or do you believe it's completely contrived? I will say this. This world that we've known in this lifetime, that we perceive as a lifetime, certainly does seem to be absolutely the perfect end times scenario world, given the fact that spirits are going back and forth here and there, to and fro, all over the world. It's noisier than it's ever been whenever you think about the Wi-Fi and cellular towers and all that stuff, microwaves. Yeah, it's most people don't have any idea that black screen that they're looking into is very much like a black mirror. I mean, they give you the science thing. I mean, if there was no cords coming out of the damn thing, they still explained it to you with science. With science, that's another word for magic, I understand. Another code word for magic. But what I would say to all of you is, again, there was this chick down there in Africa that was, a channeler or something, portraying herself as, a seer or something like that. And I could tell that there were times where she was completely on it, completely honest. Now, it wasn't just, but recently I found a copy of her, the Glam copy, on a different channel. So I don't know if they've copied it or if they went and gave them the what to for, and this is how you want to get what you want, and blah, blah, blah. But I know every time they do that and they get with those people that they're losing. They're losing. Whatever they're going to gain, it's not worth what they're losing. And plus they lose credibility with Day real quick because we can detect the influence. And we can detect where, the manipulation begins and where the inception points are. Again, it's just the most insulting thing when people are saying, you are to do this and your purpose is that. And it's like, no. My purpose is to grow and be probably one of the biggest things that they've ever seen, if not the biggest thing they've ever seen. And to be completely and totally impervious to them of the darkness and the stupid low-ass magic. And to be standing over top of them, probably the loudest thing on the planet, if there is such a thing. And then to basically say, everybody's eyes open up and get ready for your light bulbs to be popping on so that you can wake up and understand that you're in a place that we have to maneuver up and out of. And see, only now can we actually speak about dimensions and the mechanics of the spiritual journey. With more certainty, but also this is the era for it, because you understand what dimensions are, roughly speaking. You can grasp it. The way they referred to it way back in the day, whenever they were writing that book, is worlds, dream worlds and places and stuff. But I am, aren't I? I'm just visiting with you today. Just sitting, hanging out, and listening to me blather on as though I have something of worth to say. And you don't know. I mean, maybe there is something good in it. Maybe somebody got something out of it. Maybe it created some closure for those that wanted to keep things going and all that. I know that I would never want to be involved in anything like it again. You know, this thing where, oh, well, they're going to decide whether or not they're going to meet with you. And then whenever they do come around, you can't see them because somebody else has decided they're not going to allow you to see them. Oh, because they want you to suffer and die and bleed, and the power dynamic change. My enemies owe me a great debt, and I expect them to be making payments to me, and I'd appreciate that. So things could be more peaceful, and we don't have to bring the sky down upon. It's not like I'm not, guys, I can find you. It's absolutely for sure. It doesn't matter what form you change. What I knew was what I knew of you. Now, if you go off and combine with 10 other things, or lose this or that, that's still who you are. Heaven knows where you are and knows how to find you. So just remember that, and give me back my stuff.